Hi, thanks for joining me. I wanted to take a minute to introduce myself and let you guys know what this channel is going to be about. I'm a full-time gig worker. By full-time, I don't mean that I work 40 hours a week during gig work. I work usually 5 days a week for a few hours a day. Primarily, I earn my income by doing Expedite deliveries, which is formerly known as Dlivrd. They just recently changed their name. I do Shipt, and I also use the Field Agent app. I'm very fortunate in that my husband has a great job and he embraces the fact that I have a great many interests and lets me pursue each one of them, and also embraces my ADD that I seem to have. I do have a monthly goal of making about $2,000, which averages out to obviously $500 a week. All the money I make goes into our savings, so I do like to contribute as much as I possibly can. I also do some survey apps, and some of these apps also pay for check-ins. I usually cash those out at the end of the month, so I don't count that as weekly income. We just look at it at the end of the month and see how much I made there. Once in a while, I'll do DoorDash or Instacart. Usually those are a last resort for me because they don't seem to make the money that I do using any of the other apps. Anyway, my plan is to take you all on my journey with me each week, and we can see what I did to make money and see if I meet my weekly goals and my monthly goal, which is the most important bottom line. I also plan on sharing some money-saving tips when I do have them. I like to coupon, and I use rebate apps for a lot of that. So if I have referral codes for any of this stuff, or promo codes for products that I'm using and loving, I will definitely share those with you guys. And I appreciate it if you use any of my referral codes. So my plan is to do weekly videos. I will try to get those out Mondays sometime. If you do prefer shorter content, I do have a TikTok account that I will link in the description. So feel free to come follow me over there too, or at least just pop in and say hi. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm working on the side. So as we go along here, I may share some of that stuff. I'm kind of undecided about that at this moment. But if there's other content that would flow nicely along with this that you would like me to cover, please feel free to let me know. I'm really trying to grow my social media presence, and I will only be successful at that if I cater to my audience, which is you. So if you do like my content, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, share my video with friends, hit that like button, and leave me a comment. I'll do my best to respond to everybody. So before we get started here, I will let you know how many orders I did and how many tasks I completed on Field Agent for the week. And you can leave a guess at the beginning of the video whether you think I'm at my weekly goal of $500 or not. And if you stay till the end, you'll be able to see. So last week I had 5 Dlivrd orders. Sorry, Expedite. I'm still getting used to their name change. I had 12 Shipt orders, and I did 8 Field Agent tasks for bounties. So let me know, or just keep it in your head whether or not you think I made my weekly goal, and we will get into it. Starting out the week on Sunday and Monday, I had 2 small Expedite catering orders. Today I did do a Dlivrd order. It was going from Popeyes to Ashley Furniture. It paid $44.55. The Popeyes was right down the street from my house, like a 2-minute drive. So it was super, super easy money. They didn't require setup or anything. I then went over to Metcalf's Market, which is a grocery store here in Madison, and did, I think it was like 4 different Field Agent tasks, and I made $21.50 on those. I know I've shared it before, but I'm going to go ahead and put my Field Agent referral code on the screen again in case anybody's interested. And now we are finally at my home Target to do a very small Shipt order. It is 2 items, 1 customer paying $6. She lives like 2.5 miles from the store. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this before, but I always leave a little note card in with my delivery. If I know for sure that there's kids in the house, I also include some stickers. All right, I picked up a Shipt bundle. It is 2 customers paying $19.64 maybe. 37 items. Let's go. I started my day off today with a delivered order. It was a pickup from Sweet Greens. It was a $240 some odd order. It was going about 1.5 miles down the road to a psychiatric place, and they paid me $47.49. Now I'm at the Shorewood Target for a Shipt order. It is a bundle of 2 customers, 16 items, $13.98. And in case you were wondering why I had to pack the cart the way I did, it's because this particular Target has escalators, so there's no bottom rack. Well, there was a Shipt order at my home Target that had been sitting out in limbo for quite a while. It's just for one item. It was only paying like $7 or something. And it's going to an adjoining town, which isn't terribly far away. But nobody was taking it, and it went into promo, and it went up to $12.15. So I figured, what the hell? So let's go get it. Well, I had to run to Costco anyway for our groceries, and there were 2 field agent tasks to do. So I did both of those and made $6 while I was here. Shipt slowed right down, so I am just going to go home and start dinner for the evening. Happy Thursday. Starting out my day today with one small delivered order. It's paying me $28. It's picking up at Noodles and going to Telecom. And the order total was $120, so they tipped more than 10%, which is always a bonus. And I did get a tip today from one of my deliveries from yesterday. It was $40.06, so that really helps. All right, I accepted a Shipt order. It is 1 customer, 4 items, $9.69. I was able to make a bundle myself. There were 2 separate orders out there. One went on promo. That one is 1 customer, 10 items, $11.73. And the other order is 1 customer, 35 items, $13.60. I got another $10.55 tip from that 1 item order I did yesterday. So that's awesome. I truly didn't even think she was going to end up tipping me, so bonus. Well, there wasn't anything going on for Shipt, so I actually headed to Target to do my own shopping, and I ended up getting an order as soon as I pulled in the parking lot. So it is 8 items, 1 customer, $9.50. And I was just able to grab another order for the same store, same time slot. This customer is actually on the way to the first customer's house, so it works out really well. It is 13 items, $8.53 maybe. And I also got a tip that came in from an order I did a few days back. It was only $2, and she had the audacity to request me as a preferred shopper. Her order was over $100 when I did it, so I said absolutely not. All right, I'm back at the Shorewood Target for another 1 customer order. It's 20 items, $13.22. Saturday and Sunday, I did 2 field agent tasks. One was for a sub. I just had to go order a sub. They reimbursed me for that and then paid me to leave a review of it. And the same thing for the Cutwater. I just had to buy the product and leave my review. They reimbursed me and I made some money on it. I also had a couple more Shipt tips come in over the weekend. So there is my final total for Shipt. So all in this week with those 3 apps, I did fall short of my $500 weekly goal. I came in at a total of $434.65, which isn't terribly short of my goal, so I'm not devastated about it, especially since it's the beginning of the month and I still have time to make up the rest of that $2,000 that I want to make in total. And like I also said, I have survey apps and check-ins and stuff like that I do for some extra money that I add into my total at the end of the month. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, again, please hit that subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. And I hope to see you next week.